everyone, my name is Javi and I can draw, and you can tell that the background is different because I moved from houses, I moved to another apartment, and everything is changed and different, especially my new Surface Studio! Of course not. So I've been away for a week while I was moving, and I really missed you guys. I really missed doing these videos, especially talking to myself in front of a camera while I'm alone. That is not insane at all. But that doesn't matter, because what matters is that this week I'm going to start tackling the first basics intro for how to draw character design. You see, last week we did body types and I wanted to go a bit into character design, but I didn't have the time, and I want to do this this week. Now, there's a lot of tutorials that I found that are really useful. Most of them have a lot of written work because it's a lot of theory for how to do character design, at least the basic shapes and silhouettes. That's what I want to do this week. All of that is going to be linked on the link below where you can see the best tutorials. Go there, click on the link and read everything, study lots. But what I want to tell you is that I actually did go and read everything. And this is pretty much what I started getting from all of this. First of all, is like when you're doing character design, apparently you have to divide the whole process into 3 steps. The first will be research. By that I mean you have to write what the character that you're trying to design is about, the personality, the story, all of that. Then you have to go and try to find other characters that are similar to the one that you're trying to design, to see the reference, to get some inspiration, maybe from real life, maybe from other designs. Then comes the concept, which is when you actually start developing and sketching and trying to maybe break away from stereotypes and, you know, trying not to make like symmetrical characters, try to make them have a really defined and iconic silhouette. And from this particular part, I found a few things that are important to focus on. The first one is shape. Now, if you're going to reduce the characters into several shapes, the main shapes that you're going to use for characters are going to be a circle, a triangle, or a square. The circle is going to be, psychologically speaking, defined as something friendly and soft. You know, like one of the good guys, think of Mario, like the Super Mario. That is something that is round and soft and friendly. If you're going to be thinking about squares, you're going to be thinking about stability or maybe strength. Maybe think about something that is someone that is not ready for change. Think about Carl Fredrickson from Up, you know, the main character, the old guy. He's just designed with a lot of squares, and his companion, the kid, is all designed with circles. You know, it fits. And then finally, if you're going to think about triangles, triangles are pointy and sharp. And if you're going to be using a lot of triangles in a character's shape, that means that it's going to be edgy, that is maybe going to be evil, that is not as friendly or that you can trust on as a character that is either squared or round. And that is just regarding shape. And then I have to focus on, and I don't know if I'm ready to do this, but on color and texture of the character. There's also a lot of like psychology of color to take into consideration that I may have to do a little bit more research. I'll try to add it to the tutorials. Also, gesture, how the character acts when it's moving. We covered that, and I think that I can get that right this week. And also composition, you know, when you're trying to plan a scene, how the character is going to act, you know, next to the other characters that are going to be part of the scene. Now, what I'm going to do this week in order to challenge myself to get better at this is that, well, right now I'm working on a children's book for a client. And I already did the designs for the characters, but I was thinking that they're just 4 characters, very simple. That I think that I can maybe use everything I'm going to be learning this week to try to get them a lot better than what I did on the book. Trying to see if I can challenge myself to push it further and experiment a lot more and maybe get really good, fun characters. So that's what I'm going to start doing tomorrow. And Well, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not good with experimenting and doodling and give it a lot of tries to things. So, maybe that's why I need to improve this week. I am working on a children's book and I have to do a few character designs, so I have some ideas of what the character is going to be about according to the script. Now, this is going to be a character that is around 9 years old or so, is going to be all lazy, like sleepy, like he doesn't care about anything, he just wants to keep on sleeping and doesn't pay attention at school and doesn't hear what people are telling him. So that's the only indication that I got for the character. Now, I wrote this here on the screen, like lazy, sleepy, and distracted. I'm going to put it as big as I can. Lazy, sleepy, and distracted. And what I did was I went to try to find character designs or reference or gestures that would give me an idea of something that I would like. And this is kind of what I found. It's a bit of a rush job. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't look much into it. I should have done a little bit more research. But I'm thinking about all these, you know, if you see what is in common with all these images, is that all these characters are sleepy or drowsy or they don't care. And the things that I'm taking from this, if I'm going to write it, and you know what, I am going to write it. I'm going to write what I'm taking from this. It's going to be, wait a second. It's going to be bad posture. I'm going to take this up. It's going to be bad posture. It's going to be sleepy eyes. It is also going to be messy hair, right? And the bad posture because, well, I started thinking about lazy and I thought about, well, is there any animal or something that would give me the idea of a lazy animal? And I found, of course, the sloth, which is like super lazy animal, but they're so cute. And so maybe like sloth-like character. So these are the notes that I have based on these ideas. So, you know, bad posture, sleepy eyes, messy hair, sloth-like. I think that's enough to start, I guess. So, well, I'm going to stop recording for a minute and I'm going to start drawing and I'll come back as soon as I have something good to show you, alright? Let's do this. Okay, I'm back. And this is the drawing that I did. And I have to be honest with you, I thought that I was going to hate this a lot more. But I'm actually liking a lot how this looks. Now, well, in this drawing that I did of the character, he's wearing a backpack because he's supposed to wear a backpack in the illustration, in the book. I can take the backpack away. I think I like it even more without the backpack, but I like that I kind of make the backpack just baggy, so it hangs a lot, and you know, it also gives, it's not a tight backpack, but it's like all lazy and hanging like his clothes. That's why I started doing this. Like, let me do another layer with another color so we can go through this. So, you know, this cut is going to be really low and the shirt is going to be hanging a lot. And there is this S shape. You see that, right? There's like a super lacy stance. And I like the face, I like the head, I like the messy hair. I don't know, maybe I know that I should be struggling with this a lot more, but I'm kind of happy with what I got. I know that there's probably a lot of things that I could change about this. I still haven't, like, I have to let it breathe a bit. But, well, I want to try something still from this. You know, if the silhouette is so important on a character, let's draw a silhouette around the character and see how that goes. I may skip this as well. Okay, so now I'm seeing the silhouette. It doesn't look as lacy as it looks in the non-silhouetted version anymore. Something I really like of what I did, that is something that I learned working on my posture, is that you'll see that when you're looking at someone, I'm going to be screaming a little bit, but when you meet someone and they have their shoulders hunched, it means that all of their arm is rotating forward like this, and it means that the arm is not going to be hanging like this, like you would do in a character design, but it's going to be like this. They're going to be doing this. That's what they usually, people with the hunched shoulders, they just put their hands in the pocket like this because they keep the hands this way. And, you know, it brings it together like this. So if you pay attention, like people with the hunched shoulders, shy people or lazy people, they just have their hands like this instead of this. So I did that to the design. I like that a lot because it resembles the hand of a sloth. But at the same time, now I'm looking at the silhouette and I think that I could go a little bit further into the lazy aspect of the kid. I don't know how that's going to work. I'll come back in a minute. Let's see how that goes. Okay, I'm back. So I want to show you a bit what I did so you can understand it better. What I did was I grabbed the original silhouette that I had of the kid. Where is that silhouette? It's here. I'm going to move it just a bit. I put it here on the kid and I started doing some modifications in order to get the gesture and the feeling of laziness that I wanted more. So I worked on maybe making the legs just a bit more like feeling a little bit more heavy or grounded. I bended them just a bit so it doesn't look so like he's standing so straight. I lowered the head and lowered the neck just a bit, and I tried to simplify the shapes of the messy hair because I know that this is for a children's book, so I can just go with kinda messy and just wing it from there. But in case that you're doing something like an animated character or something like that, well, there has to be something a little bit more synthesized, so to speak. So that is what I did, and just give me 1 second. And I started based on that few like spikes that I did on the silhouette. I did this second design of the character on top of the silhouette, making the changes, and then I did a third from what I learned, that the third is the one that makes me just a little bit happier. The thing is that I believe that the hair is still a little bit too messy for something like animation. That is not my strength anyway. But I'm going to try to be faithful to this third design, and I'm going to try to put the character in some quick poses to see what happens. They have to be like really lazy poses because this is not a very active character anyway. So I'm going to start sketching and I'll get back to you with my conclusions. Okay, I'm back. And while I was doing these illustrations, I realized that on the book the character is most of the time asleep. So if I had to use any actions based on what the character was doing on the book, I had to choose between being asleep on the floor, sleep on top of an animal, asleep tied to a tree, and well, that wasn't much fun. I still did a few different poses because I didn't want to do 1,000 and bore you. And I kind of like what I have. Of course that, you know, since I only did basically one sketch and then I tried to pose this character based on that particular sketch, proportions are not final or set or anything, and I still have a lot of work to do if I wanted to keep working on this particular character. But I also wanted to, well, first of all, I want to tell you that I'm super satisfied with how this character looks. Like, it looks as lazy as it needs to look. That I did him one running with scare. He has really short legs though. Running scare, and well, the expression on the face is a little bit different. I will have to work on it so it can look like the same character actually when it doesn't look. But I wanted to show you the design that I'm using on the book for the lazy kid. And you will see that because I didn't do any of the process that I just told you about, the difference in how that might look. So here is the kid, and he looks absolutely nothing like the kid I just showed you. But if you ask me to draw some lazy, drowsy, sleepy kind of kid, would you believe me that is this one or that is this one? Because I think that the difference is pretty obvious, that this one is a lot better designed. Okay, so you've seen what I just did with the kid. I had another character that is a wolf character that I also went through the same process. I want to bore you with it, but if you want to watch it, just click here on this link that I'm pointing at right now. But the thing is that while I was drawing them, I was a little bit detached from what was going on with the kid. So when I finished drawing the wolf, I put the two characters together, and there was something that I wasn't liking. See, if you've been watching the last videos, or even if you weren't watching the last videos, I have these two characters that I designed based on things that I learned by doing some character design education that I got for myself. And I have these two characters that are going to belong to a book. These two characters really don't look like they belong to the same style or even to the same book. They don't even look like I drew them myself. So what I want to do right now is I want to start making some modifications to both of them and trying to match them. So, here what I have are the two characters. And well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I like from one and what I like from the other, and if I have to be honest, I'm a lot more satisfied with the kid because it's something like that I'm used to drawing, like drawing kids, than the wolf because the wolf is something that I'm not really used to drawing. So what I first want to do is to get the particular elements that I like a lot from the kid and try to see which one of those I can actually apply to the wolf. So if I'm going to tell you real quick, the thing that I like the most about the kid are the eyes and the hair. And maybe just a bit of the nose as well. Also, I like his roundness, but I don't know if that applies to the character of the wolf. So first, I think that I'm going to try to put the kid style onto the wolf and not vice versa. I don't know if there's anything from the wolf that I want to take to the kid, because I'm a lot more satisfied with the kid. So let's just go and try to modify the wolf just a bit. So first the eyes, and see these eyes have like this socket, this deepness to them, and here they look like they're just painted on. So I'm going to give it a bit of surface. Here. Well, I'm going to give this a lot more volume, but you don't actually get to see the other eye. But at least it's a little bit more matching in style. Maybe I had to bring this just a little bit shorter. Also, I'm going to start refining it as well, so I'm going to work on the nose just a bit. Make it look more like the nose of the kid in you know, volume wise. I don't know about the eye. I think I want to do it again. I like the idea, but I don't know if I did it right. I like this a lot better. So I know that I'm being super sketchy, but I think it already makes a big difference, right? Well, let's try to polish this just a bit. And what I was thinking also about the hair is that there are two big parts of the wolf where I have hair that are this part in the neck and this part on the tail. The tail, I'm kind of happy with it, but the hair, I want to see if I can bring some of that mass that I use for the kids' hair for the wolf here. I don't know about it, because it's starting to look a little like that wolf from Digimon. Did you watch Digimon? Were you old enough to watch Digimon? Let's talk about Digimon make me look old to you. Is it? Well, maybe it doesn't have to be so it can be a little bit more sloppy. Something like this. Now I had to bring some of that here, I guess. Is that too much? I kinda like it. What I don't like is maybe this one, because I'm still looking to get this curve this way. Maybe the ones here, can just go away just a bit. I like that a little bit better. And I'm going to just get this a little bit better here. Am I getting too close to the screen? Am I too focused? Okay, so this would be like this, and here, fang here, rest of the teeth here. I'm gonna try to do this a little bit faster. So it is matching the kid just a bit, right? I know what I'm going to do. Here. So they are on the same blackness, so to speak. So considering that I'm going just a little bit rounder with the wolf, it kind of lost his edginess. It was a lot edgier, the previous design, right? Like, let me see. Well, it did look more evil, but not by much. So I'm going to try to get this wolf's tail here. This should be a messy one. Problem. I actually really like how the tail looks now. It has a lot more volume than before. It was a problem. Before it was flat, but that's the thing that I have with this wolf, right? That it doesn't look as it has much volume compared to the kid. So, well, I'm gonna keep working on that. I know that I may be getting into too much detail here. When with the kid I really tried to simplify a lot of the details. But I'm enjoying this. It will be like this. There's not much difference there. Now, volume here. Is this too long? Just a bit too long? Maybe, maybe here what I can do, thinking, just to try to get some of the fabric here like this. Give it some more volume. I'm really scared of these really sketchy hands that I did for the wolf. I don't want to solve them, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't think I'm making much of a difference. Hands. So this looks a lot better. At least I'm liking it a lot more better. And, well, this part of the pants should make a difference as well. Yeah, maybe the thing is that I needed to add some details, but I think that the biggest difference I made it with the face anyway. So this is just refining it, refining the design a bit, just to fit it in a book. Now I'm going to get a little rounder here. But I think that is the most important thing that I was missing when I was doing the wolf in the previous design is that I wasn't thinking as volumetrically as I should have. Like, I wasn't thinking everything that I was doing in 3D, but sometimes I was just like just really shorthand for legs or for paws or whatever, and I wasn't thinking in volume. And I think that really made a difference, because the kid's design is really volumetric and the wolf just wasn't. Maybe, I know what I can do. Maybe this here. Okay, maybe making a mistake with this here. I'm just going to try to get this to be like super skinny and then go. How do I do that? Like, I don't want it to be bulky from the beginning, but to be just a little bit skinnier, and then it just that's not good. This just a bit. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that will do it. Now, since I traced this from another drawing, it's not going to look as polished. Well, it's going to look polished, but maybe not as natural or as freehand. Like, if I add this stuff, it just looks a lot better. You know, it looks looser or whatever. But I think I did a good job. I mean, if I had to compare... Second. This is the original wolf. This is the new wolf. It looks totally different. And I'm not sure about the eyes, because it looks like they're just so... It looks like he could be nice. I don't know if I want that. So eyes, third attempt at the eyes. Trying to get some like good socket for the eyes. Oh. Maybe that's the one. Let me flip it and see how that looks. I like it. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. And I think it actually looks better than the original. What do you think? What would you have done in my place? Like, yeah, the face is completely different and it's a lot better. I don't know about the hair though. Maybe it's just too puffy. I may need to change that if I want to keep working on this. But I don't want to keep working on this, because this is it for the week. And I was doing this just for you guys. But I still learn a lot. And well, the lessons from the first video on the first day of this week are the most important things. Then what you have to do is just practice and maybe just follow your instinct a bit. But that's it anyway. My name is Javi and I can draw. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe and all of that. I'll see you on the next week. Bye!